players.
Can you introduce them to us?
Oh, yeah. So we have Jaden Standish, Kayla Chabot, and Emmy Olson. Questions?
Emmy coming back for the 5th year, how big is that for you, and kind of what went into that decision, and how good does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it feels really good to be back. I'm super excited to be with this group again and even to add a few more to it. I guess during the decision process, for me, I always kind of had in the back of my head I wasn't ready to quit and I wasn't going to leave anyway, but I still had the option out there, I guess, but it was really a no-brainer for me to decide, especially after our conference tournament, that feeling that I had. I was like, I want to keep going. So it was just a spur-of-the-moment impulse after our senior night, actually. I gave, my senior speech, and I was like, I'll be back. And I was kind of surprised myself, but I was like, well, there's the decision. But, yeah, no, it's really exciting to be back.
So are all eyes kind of on that conference tournament now, kind of looking to go out on top?
Definitely looking at it, yeah, but not forgetting the steps in between. So, I mean, Tina, I was like, Coach Kramus, Tina, like she said, starting with that first game is a really big step, and the practices before for this preseason have been a huge focus, but definitely end goal, that conference tournament.
Jaden, has our practices or just the overall running of the program been different at all with Tina taking over?
Like she kind of said, it's not her first time here, so she's been around for a while. Our practices are obviously very similar, but we have a lot of new drills, a lot of new kind of experiences that we're going through as a new staff. But yeah, it's not a whole lot different. Tina has her own touch on things and practices and scrimmages, but overall, it's not a huge change.
What are you looking at personally to try to keep your game moving forward?
Absolutely. Obviously, we're looking more as a whole team focus, but personally, I'm trying to up my game as much as possible. We've really been training hard this fall and looking forward to see what we can do in the spring.
How much is it a benefit to you guys having so much experience coming back into the circle with Hannah and Amanda?
Yeah, they've definitely taken a huge role in the last 2 seasons for us. With a kind of deeper pitching staff this season, I'm excited to see what our freshmen and sophomores can do. But Hannah and Amanda have definitely stepped up for us, and they're definitely going to do that again this season.
And what's so great with Hannah and Amanda and their experience is that with the amount of innings that they've had, they're able to be role models and be able to give that advice, that in-game advice and experience to our younger pitchers.
How does the batting order look to you as far as what are going to be the particular strengths of that? Is it going to be a really fast team, a really powerful team? What do you think is kind of going to be the strong points of the batting order?
To go off of what Tina was explaining earlier about our versatility throughout the lineup and how we're a mix of both speed and power is going to be one of our greatest strengths as a team. And so it'll be fun that you can play with different roles throughout the lineup. And with all of our players on the team, it'll be fun to switch up the lineups in different games and being able to have numerous successful lineups throughout the season.
Can you start by giving us a preview of the 2023 season and kind of how your first year as head coach is going so far?
We are really looking forward to getting out on the field, getting to some warmer weather, especially today. And I thought we had a strong fall season, worked hard, played well together, got to see a lot of combinations on the field and see what different people can do, different spots. And first year, it's been a blast so far. These guys have made it easy for me. Don't tell them I said that. But it's been fun so far, and I've enjoyed it. It's definitely a learning curve, but I've totally enjoyed it.
Questions?
You're hardly a newcomer to this program by any means, but the fact that you have moved up into the top spot and Melinda has retired, how does that kind of change your I don't know, maybe job description or things you're concentrating more or less on?
I spent a lot of time in the batting cages with our athletes over the last 20-something years, and that's changed a little bit. That role's moved on to Haley Cole, who's in charge of our offense. I've shifted more over to our defense, and Elaine Heflin stayed with the pitching. Just the overview of the program as opposed to kind of staying in my lane as an assistant coach. So those are the things that have changed a little bit.
Tell us what you see as strong points of this team at this point.
I think we're versatile. We have pitching depth, and I think we've got a nice balance of speed and power in the offensive lineup. So those are some great attributes for our team. They're really a determined group. If we have a practice that it just wasn't a great practice, they come back the next day and they're fired up and they get after it and they take that next step forward. So I'm really their work ethic and their determination have really stuck out to me as well. So.
How big is it to get Emmy Olson back after that was kind of a little bit of a question mark after last season? And then who else is going to be a leader for your team?
It's huge. She's not only a great player, but a great leader and a great person. I think her coming back kind of helps us have that experience in the infield. We have Kaylee and Jaden are two of our other captains, but our entire senior class has really stepped up in the leadership role already this year, and that's been very helpful.
How do you look at the pitchers and what type of roles they might have?
We have 5 pitchers on staff. Every single one of them, I think, has the ability to have the ball in her hand as a starter. Hannah Ross and Amanda Fox have the most experience, and we have 2 freshmen, Hannah Meshnick and Hannah Meeks. Yes, I said it right. We do have 3 Hannah pitchers. So, and 2 other Hannahs, just for the record. But yes, so I think they all could have the ball in the circle of starters for us.
Can you kind of go around the positions and say who's
Absolutely.
going to be playing and who's in contention for playing?
Gotcha. So third base would be Jaden Standish, Addison Mashing. Moving over to short, we have Delaney Bryant and Addison Mashing. Moving over to second, Emmy Olson, Abby Knight. Over there, first base, Abby Knight, Chloe Jefferson, Hannah Tomljanovich. Headed over to left, we have Hannah Hicks and Maddie Bilak. Also, Addison Mashing out there. Center field, Kaylee Cheval, Hannah Hicks over. Then Brandy LaFontaine in right, Emma Hicks out in right. We have Abby Horton, who's a little bit of everything. A little middle infielder, and I think we could put her in the outfielder if we needed to. Behind the plate, Dana Kennedy, Bella Wilkerson, and Bayla Bogner. So, and I think I got everybody on there. So, a lot of versatility. I think that's one of our strengths.
So, as maybe you were going through last season or maybe shortly after last season, what were you looking at as far as what this team is going to be like next year, and how has that maybe changed from that point until now?
I think we were very young last year. And when we finished our season last year, I think that team finally found how capable and how competitive they could be in our last few games of the season. And we had moments throughout the year for sure, but those last few seasons that really games really came together. So now we step into the season as an experienced team. So I think that will help us get through some of those bumps that maybe we got stopped up on last year. So.
Bryant and Knight coming back as sophomores after some pretty big minutes in the freshman season. How big are they going to be for your team?
Oh, they'll be huge. They're great athletes. They're great competitors. They'll be huge for us. So.
And then in the pitching department, Hannah Ross and Amanda Fox still going to be kind of dominating the innings pitched for you guys?
I would say yes. But again, the 2 freshmen coming in, they're capable of taking the ball, and that'll help with our depth a little bit this year. And then Annie Volkers. So.
Any more questions?
Coach, once you get back home after so long away, how good is it going to feel to get back to Marion Year Stadium?
I think it'll be amazing. We look forward to that day, but we know we have a lot of work ahead of us before that. I think it's March 21st is our first home game. So, but our focus right now is on Boston University, and then the rest of that tournament, so.